What's good with y'all? um, I want to give a shout out to my brother Saint the Realist. I want to apologize for the technical difficulties that took place in last night's live. It was out of my control. It was all that time I was thinking it was me, but it wasn't me. It was my brother Saint the Realist, man. He cannot, I gotta tell him, he cannot go live from a closet again. I also want to give a special salute and shout out to my other brother, Eastwood. And, you know, his story, his true story of being in a home invasion is what inspired me to do this live, man. Home invasions are real. They do happen. My brother Eastwood, I did not see that coming. I wasn't even supposed to have only, I didn't intend on having more than one person on last night, but when he said T where the link at, I had to let my brother from another mother up in here, But unbeknownst to me, I never knew that the brother, you know, uh survived the home invasion. And this is why everybody needs to be armed because it can happen. Go watch the story. You know what? I need to get Eastwood on here one on one and do an interview because it blew my mind. I realized after years of doing, you know, uh, home invasion shit, on my channel, I never had anybody come on to actually talk about it. I never, you know what I'm saying, to actually come on the show that was comfortable enough to come on my channel and talk about it live in real time. So special shout out to my brother Eastwood. I got to get you back on here, but you know, it's a lot of people that think that you don't need to be armed. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for you to even own a gun, and that is definitely not the way to go. I'm not gonna say it's stupid and silly. I ain't trying to offend nobody. I'm just saying you need that funky town sender to be a deterrence against savages. You need to be able to repel them when they break up in your house. You got to, and I was mesmerized, I didn't see that comment when he was like, it happened to me. I'm like, wow. If you want to go and see his story, go to last night's live, which I love my brother Saint, but man, last night was crazy. The technical difficulties on his end, and he didn't know it. And everybody, I'm listening to people in the comments, and everybody was blaming me, saying it was me. They was blaming my microphone, you know, blaming my podcast device, and I'm believing the shit too. I'm shutting it down. We starting it up, shutting it down. We starting it up. All that time it was Saint. I should have knew it because everything was fine until Saint came in. And what made me think it was me and why everybody else thought it was on my end was every time when Saint came in, his shit is perfectly fine. No echo, but every time when I talk, it was an echo. Then I realized when my brother Eastwood came in, that's what I'm saying. If y'all want to hear Eastwood's story of his home invasion, go check out the live from last night. When Eastwood came in, Eastwood started echoing too. Soon the Saint was like, yo, I gotta, I gotta leave, I gotta dip out. Everything went back normal again. And I think what it was, for whatever reason, maybe it was a lot of noise or something in his crib. I don't know. He didn't want to catch no background noise or nothing. So he went in a closet and he was going live from the closet. Which means that my shit was echoing off the walls in that closet. It didn't dawn on me until then. So, I reached out to him today and I said, man, bro, uh, when we go live again, I cannot do that no more. You can't do it from that closet no more, man. Because I was thinking it was my shit and all that. Nah, it was Saint. It was on his end, which of course he didn't do the shit on purpose, but he know not to do the shit. No, he know not to do it anymore. It's trial and error. You feel me? But Eastwood's story was his home invasion, man. That was crazy, and I'm so thankful that brother made it out okay, and I'm glad that his family wasn't harmed. You know what I'm saying? And last night it taught me a lot of things. When you don't, when your energy is off, or you don't have a bad day, don't turn that fucking camera on because you'll end up, saying some shit that you don't mean or taking out your frustrations out on, innocent people. And I own up to that shit. I kind of got it, in my mods ads. That's why I got the comments disabled now because I don't need no more distractions. You feel me? Uh, in my message, I don't apologize for my message. I do apologize for my delivery of that message. I love all my moderators. They the best in the world. You know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna be a mod on my channel, I don't want you to just be a mod to be a mod. I don't want you to have that wrench. That wrench mean responsibility. That wrench mean if you see anybody that say anything disrespectful, then you got to boot them up out of here. Anybody saying anything disrespectful, racist, uh, uh, just I don't, homophobia. Uh, it don't matter. That type of, that type of it's not going to be tolerated here. And all I was simply saying, I shouldn't have to delete it. Now here's the kicker right here. I was in such a fucked up mood last night. I'll never go live again if I'm feeling away. I'll never do that again because a couple of people that did say some shit, it wasn't even worthy of me, blocking them. I don't know what type of shit I was on last night, to be honest, man. I was just going through the motions and shit, man. And you know, so for the people that I did block, I unblocked. I forget one of them name, so I apologize. You know what I'm saying? That's a side of T that I don't like. Um, when my energy is off, I'm not, fuck the camera, fuck YouTube, fuck anything. I don't want to do that shit no more. I'll never do that shit again. But I was trying to do something. I want to do a live every night. Fuck that shit, man. I'm not gonna let that shit get me to the point to where I'm stressed, especially if I don't have a bad day. I'm not gonna do that shit no more. And I know I pissed off a lot of people that had good intentions last night. But if you know me, you know I mean real. If you really know me, you know I'm human too, just like everybody else, every other motherfucker. I'm only human. But um, just the slightest little motherfucking thing was just getting to me because my energy was already off when I fired the fucking, when I fired my live up, it was off. But I want to give a special shout out to my brother Eastwood, St. Willis, Wednesday at 6 o'clock. I got Dr. T. That's supposed to go down Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Um, so tomorrow night I probably will be taking a break. But I just want to address that, man. That wasn't my best live because of the technical difficulties. But at the same time, it was one of my best lives because Eastwood told his truth about the home invasion and that it just happened, he wasn't expecting it. He didn't see it coming. He was made to, lay down, and he was they tied him up, robbed him. And thank God that's the only thing that happened. Unfortunately, sometimes um you don't get so lucky. And one thing that I celebrate, um, he said he learned his lesson. He lived to have a second chance. And now that brother is armed. I mean, when he came, I said, no, Eastwood, no, 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 we can't be doing that. Man, when he came in, he had a shotgun in his hand. I had to later, edit that part out. Then he had a sub compact gun. I'm like, Eastwood, you giving them a reason to take the channel down. You got to, but he didn't know, you know what I'm saying? But I'm very grateful and thankful and appreciative of the brother. He one of the realists. He one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? And I fuck with him. I don't give a fuck who don't like it. Just it's crazy in these YouTube streets in that particular community. If you fuck with somebody, and then if you fuck with somebody that they may not like, they get mad at you and don't fuck with you no more. And I think that's, I just think it's childish. When you're grown, you determine who you want to fuck with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that I'm saying this for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna fuck with who I want to fuck with, and if you don't want to, fuck with me no more, then it's all good. Ain't no sleep lost, ain't no love lost. You feel me? But Eastwood, if you watching this live, brother, you are more than welcome at any time to come into my live. This is your home. You feel me? But everybody need to be armed. Just for the simple fact, you got to put a savage in their place. You got to be your first line of defense. You got to be your first line of defense. Don't pick up no phone. You got to be ridiculous to think that a knife, mace, taser, I mean, I'm not saying it's not good to have those things, but at the end of the day, it ain't going to stop no savage that's coming in armed. Come on now. And you even more lost, because I'm trying to choose my words wisely. But I think it's, to be honest, I'm fuck it. This is real and raw. I think it's foolish if you rely on this right here, this device right here, to be your knight and shining, your what's the word, knight and shining armor or whatever the fuck it is. If you relying on that phone to come, the for the police to come and rescue you, man, if you got that type of mentality, you already done lost. And it's just a matter of time before them savages come to your front door or back door or side door or back window or side window or take a ladder and climb up through your through your upstairs windows. These motherfuckers are clever, man. And you got to put them in their place. And you already know what I'm about to say. Putting them in their place is that's funky time. Because you better believe for 1 second. Don't you believe for 1 second that they just coming in to take your valuables and tie you up and stuff. Eastwood got lucky. He got lucky. He definitely got lucky to survive that, for sure. But he ready now. He war ready. He's savage ready. That's what it's all about. Being savage ready, being able to protect your family, being the man of the house, of that household. It's a great responsibility. It's a lot on your shoulders. But one of the most key components is you got to make sure that your family is safe. And if you don't have a family, you got to make sure that you are safe. I'd be damned if I put my safety or my life, bank the safety of my life, betting it on this device to call 911, which you're going to have to use anyway. But if I have to call, oh shit, Eastwood done went live. I'm going to have to end this live and go over there to his live. I'm not going to bet my life on the police arriving in time to save me and my family. I mean, it's like Gotham City in Detroit right now. Things have gotten so bad. Like 20 kids have been shot. Some of them was unalive so far this summer that it has gotten so bad that they have enacted a new curfew. No teenagers, nobody under 18 can be out on the streets after 11 p.m. Rightfully so. Because a lot of the shootings, a lot of the unaliving, it happened after 11. It happened at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Your young ass should be at home. But shit is crazy out here. You just never know. Going to the liquor store could be the last place you be if you're not being savage ready. It can happen, and when it do happen, it'll be when you least expect it. It'll be when you least expect it. So once again, I want to give a special shout out to Eastwood for speaking his truth. I hope y'all listen to him. If you didn't hear it, go. I no disrespect to my brother Saint the Realist, but I'm gonna have to re-edit that video and chop out Eastwood part and just upload it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that shit because I would say skip through the first hour or whatever when it was just me and Saint. Not because it's me and Saint, but because it was very, very difficult to watch that live because of the fucking echo. I sounded like I was in the Grand Canyon. Every time when I say something, you can hear it. I say it 3 more times that they leave my mouth. It was horrible, and I never want to go through that shit again. And once again, it wasn't on my end; it was on Saint's end. And I'm not trying to, blame him for it or whatever, because he didn't know either. Nobody knew. until he left and my brother Eastwood came in and everything was back normal. If you watched the live last night, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. So anybody get up in here and try to blame me and say, T, that's your shit, that's your mic. Nope, you got it wrong. I'm not gonna block you. I was just in a fucked up mood, a pissed off mood, and I'll never ever fire my live up when I am in my don't give a fuck mood, because I'm gonna do something, say something, not do something, but just one thing about me, um, my flaw is when I get mad, I don't have no fucking filter. I don't have a problem going off on, especially if they bring the smoke to me. You know what I'm saying? But I shouldn't have let little shit like that, you know, irk me like that, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody was being silly and was like, pay. I don't even know if they was talking to me. They was just saying pay your light bill, which didn't make no motherfucking sense. And I blocked them. Then BG, if you watching this, I want to apologize to you because you mentioned something about the bird that's in my background. And I just took it and ran with it. And then you said something about it echoing. And guess what? My crazy ass blocked you. I blocked you. And the fucked up part about it was he said, just speak slowly. And he was joking because when I played the shit back, oh man, my brother BG was right. So not only did the shit that happened with Saint throw me off and had me thinking that it was me, and y'all was thinking that shit was me, but it had me block a person. But I remember his name because he was cool, and I unblocked him. But I wouldn't be mad at him if he don't fuck with me or fuck with the channel no more. You know what I'm saying? I can be a real fucking asshole, a real fucking, a real fucking asshole to the point to where I'm like, all y'all can kiss my ass. This channel can kiss my ass. That's the type of fucking asshole I can be. I'm a fucking Aries. And if I get fired up, I don't have no fucking filter. And I don't need to say nothing crazy so YouTube can take my fucking channel down. That's why I got the comments disabled now. If you don't like it, leave. If you want to hear what I got to say, stay. It's just as simple as that. And I want to get something straight. I don't need this. I do this shit out of the passion that I have of people being armed. You know what I'm saying? To protect themselves. But I don't do this shit for a living. You can't live off of the crumbs that YouTube throw you unless you got 50, not even 50,000, but unless you got 100,000 or 200,000, then that's some sustainable income. You know what I'm saying? But I don't rely on this shit at all. If I did, I would be fucked up because you don't get paid shit. So I ain't losing shit, but I don't want to lose my channel. I don't want to lose all my Gun Freak Nation members, especially the ones that really, really fuck with me, especially the ones that are paid members. And I promise y'all, I'm going to start putting out more member-only content because I got to give y'all something. Y'all paying me $2.99 a month. So anytime, and I appreciate the regular subscribers. Y'all not really subscribers to me, but I'm just breaking it down. It's a difference between the people that really fuck with you, that support you, than the subscriber. Hell, I couldn't even, when I was having technical difficulties last night, I threw the link up for anybody to come and join. People that I thought I knew. And nobody clicked the link. I'm like, damn. I mean, I just don't understand. And I know it was like out the blue, but still though, people, I noticed, and I've been knew this, that people can be funny style sometimes. 1 minute they love you, the next second they hating you. And I've been knew that, And this is why I always have my guard up, not only against the savages, but against regular motherfuckers that you think that rock with you, that think that that's just life is. It's a lot of fake ass, two-faced ass people, which I don't give a fuck. I don't care because guess what? It's not paying my bills. It ain't. You know, it's. I really don't give a fuck. But please keep that energy. Take that energy someplace else. Take that energy someplace else. You know. Anyway, I feel compelled. Once again, I'm about to go check out my brother Eastwood. I'm gonna be in the comments. He live right now. Thank. I want to say thank you to everybody that understand where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? I'm only human. Um, but I'll never fire up my live again if I'm already coming into this motherfucker, feeling some type of way. And then to make things matter, that fucking, the echo, the feedback. That shit wasn't even me. But appreciate y'all for, tuning in. I'm out this bitch.